Hello there. Hello there. Hello. Well then, I guess I'm testing this out because I don't know if it's being caught. I'm pretty sure it is. But just in case it's not. Oh yeah, we're good. Because I don't know if it's being caught. We're good to go. So, as the title suggests, this one is very much so a test stream. Because the other day it was jittery as all fuck. Jittery as all fuck. There was like the whole thing. Like the whole thing was just memes. Okay. Yeah. But yesterday during the D&D stream, the video was just incredibly slow and janky. So okay. So that's going. Come on. Thank you. All right. Oh, fuck. Oh, my stars. Oh, fucking hell. Fucking hell. Yeah, for whatever reason, whenever it is on... Yeah, and now it's clean. And now it's clean. I do not know what the fuck's going on. Alright, how about if I do this? How about if I do this? Does it still... Oh, yeah. It is still freezing up. Fuck. And as soon as I close Discord, as soon as I close down Discord, everything speeds up again. Huh. That's not good. Okay. Alright. Well, I've got absolutely no idea. I've got absolutely no idea how to fix that. And, I wouldn't even know where to start. I mean, I can Google it, but that is for another time, I suspect. That'd be for another time. So, hi. How you doing? Long story short, this was purely just to test if the Discord is what's causing it. Short answer is yes. Couldn't tell you why. Could not tell you why. I'll have to look into it. But I figured I might as well also do this stuff because I don't have to work until 11 in the afternoon or 2300 hours. So, leather working stuff. That's what I'm doing. This is leather. Veg tan leather. Or vegetable tan, for those of you who don't know. I didn't know until relatively recently. So, or maybe it's veg-treated leather. I forget. These things are going to be pauldrons, so to speak. You just slap these on your shoulder. No harm, no foul. But essentially, this thing is going to be for a cape. Literally, it's just going to be a shoulder cape. Nothing too fancy, nothing too spectacular, but it looks good. It looks really good. Looks very, very good. So, and you're going to watch it. You're going to watch this happen. Alright. Right now, I'm just kind of just debating on which one I want to put on top. Because whichever one I put on top, that's the one I have to round the edges on. Or bevel the edges. And how I decide is kind of it depends on which side has the most very obvious imperfections, as leather tends to have. This one just kind of looks like it's got like a stain or something on it, and this one looks like it's got some cracks. So I'll have to use this one as the top. So this thing right here, can't really see it properly, but oh, maybe if I do this, you can see it against the skin. It's a beveler. And you just put it at the edge of the leather. Keep the leather nice and taut. And you just push at an angle. This one's going to be a little difficult because it's, for whatever reason, it's giving way under my administration. Hopefully the camera will be able to pick this up. That's what it looks like after beveling. That's what it looks like before beveling. Now, primarily you do this to make it look better, because it also kind of feels better, because when you've got just straight edges like that, it doesn't look as good as when it's beveled. Now, in my experience, it is also a good idea to bevel the inside, because if you bevel the inside, it feels a lot better against your skin. Not that you'll be wearing this against your skin, but because you'll be wearing a shirt underneath this thing, because this is going on your shoulder. But when you've got the hard edges, or as hard as you can get when it's veg tan leather that's kind of thin. I think this is deer hide. I could be mistaken. But it's relatively thin stuff, so it's not like it's harsh against your skin or anything like that, but beveling still makes it a lot easier on your skin, so that's what you do. Now, what I'm doing here for this the shoulder cape is very, very simple. Essentially, I am having two layers, one on top of the other, just like this. So I can sandwich it down, and I can sandwich the fabric in the middle here. Now I could attach the fabric underneath just one of them, but I'm not quite sure how that would turn out. You know what I mean? I'm not quite sure how that would turn out, because my initial thought, speaking about it out loud, of course, would be to poke holes kind of like here and then kind of down there, and just sew it. But then you've got these markings on these two areas. I mean, it could still work. It saves a little bit of leather. Maybe. That might be something to think about. Use it on a much smaller build. That way I'm not using as much leather. But I got a system that works. It works. And it makes sense to me. Attack of the killer cat! I'm not working on anything that requires a whole lot of attention, so you can be up here, Drake. Drake. Hey, baby. How you doing? How you doing, little guy? You're not so little right now. I can remember when you were so tiny. You were so tiny you fit on my arm. Well, when you were just born, you were even smaller than that, but that's when I found you, and that's when I adopted you. And lo and behold, that's the beveling done. The next stage is just poking holes. Poking holes in it. That's what you do. This is a hole puncher. Hole punchers will typically have a rotation to it. That way you can control how large you want the holes to be. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sizes that you can pick from. And it only rotates in a single direction. I typically go a third from the smallest, because that's the size of the rivets that I use primarily. This is just me being a stickler for symmetry. You don't have to be that. You don't have to be this anal about it, but that's what I do. The hide is thin enough that I can do this without damaging it. Where did I put the markers? Underneath this, I think. There we are. Go. I could move the camera closer. I might. There you go. Center has been marked. I might move it closer at some point. Just sandwich it. Find your preferred spot. That's another thing that I can do. I can get a small mark where I think the center is going to be. And then if it lines up perfectly, I will proceed, because I can do that. Yep. Good to go. And then boom. Good old solid hole. Sometimes you want to do it again though. Sometimes. And then from that point on, you just pick how many you want. And then just go down the side. For these things, for the shoulder capes, you don't need to work on them too much. As long as you keep it consistent in the context of how far away it is from the edge. You can typically just eyeball the distance from hole to hole. That's what she said. There we go. In my experience, hole punching is the part that takes the longest. What the fuck? And occasionally it doesn't get to the other side properly. So what I do for that is I just start hole punching from the opposite end. And then really, rivets just go into those holes. When you punch them down, you're good to go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 to the edge. That's fine by me. I don't even know why I did that. Why did I do that? I came up with the desire for shoulder capes from two main sources. Although, quite honestly, you'd be forgiven of thinking it's just the one. Assassin's Creed, and just my love of capes in general. I enjoyed capes, and the shoulder cape was a very nice thing to do. There you go. I was correct in my spacing and my counting. I think I might know what's causing this to not punch all the way through. It is genuinely punching all the way through. Hole puncher is hollow. So all of the backed up leather pieces get put into this hollow cone. And I think it's just getting stuck. Oh, shit. The hide is so strong. The hide is so compacted in this fucking hole that it's just... It bent the Q-tip. Where did I put the hammer? I'll put it here somewhere. Again, it might be under here. I doubt it this time, though. Yep, I was correct. Where did I put me hammer? Oh no, the hammer's gone. It's okay. We shall improvise. Not that one, this one. Fuck. Yeah, no, it's... leather's wedged in there good. I'm not even sure why I'm really concerned about that. Because it is genuinely punching through the leather. It's just not the cleanest punches I've had. But once this is done, you just move on to the other side. I just saw a slight imperfection in this. I will have to work on that with the template. Oh, so much cleaner. I think I'll move the camera closer to the actual work when I don't have to have this thing so close to my face. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Because at the moment, a lot of it's just, it wouldn't exactly be very easy to do. Whoop! There it went. All of the leather that was built up and stacked up. I know the camera can't see it. It's okay. I can see it. And that's what matters. What I can do. What I can and cannot experience. Let's actually just test this out again. Because I want to see. Oh. Boom. First one done. And it took all that time. Now the harder part is this. When you get two leather pieces stacked up like this, you need to make sure that the hole punches are exactly where you need them to be for when you rivet it in place. Because once you've riveted leather in place, the only thing that you could do is first of all, you have to break the rivets. You can't remove the rivets without breaking them. At least not as far as I'm aware. There could be some advanced technique. Could be some advanced technique, but I sure as fuck don't know it. And 2, even if you do manage to what was I saying? Yeah. Even if you do manage to remove the rivets, you still have to worry about the problem of the fact that the leather and the hole punches that you've made aren't in the same place. They're not in the right place. So, not a lot of talking. I get that. Not as much talking as I would like as well. I'll tell you what, though. The new chapter of Spy Family just dropped. At the very least, it was available for me to read today. Waited a long time for it. I say a long time. It's likely that it's releasing bi-monthly and like twice a month or something like that. I'm not going to spoil what happens in it. I'm not. It is a your-focused chapter. And I'm quite okay with it. There we go. Markings have all been put in place. And then you just keep on going. I think this might have been the first time, at least that I can recall, that it was 100% your focused. You had Anya at the very beginning, and that was basically it. Lloyd wasn't there at all. Yuri wasn't there. It was all your and the characters that she interacts with. That being said, the implications of what happens at the end of that particular chapter is what's really gonna, I don't know if it'll jump the story into like a high gear, but I do think it's the development that the story needed to avoid getting into like a rinse and repeat type of mindset. If that makes any sense. There we go. For the most part, the story had been rightfully so focusing on developing characters. And now we're finally, I say finally as if it's a bad thing that we've gotten good characters. But we are like genuinely moving on with like the plot. If it makes much sense. Damn, this hide is tougher than I remember. Either that or I'm just weaker than I thought I was. Unfortunately, I have to wait even more because like the website that I use to read it got me, man. It got me. It had the link to read chapter 66 and 65. So I click on the link to read 66 after I'm finished with the 65. It's not out yet. The bastards got us. Now the reason why this got me is because I hadn't done this up until that point. It didn't have a link to the next chapter that hadn't been released yet. This time it did. And that's what we call bullshit. There we go. Fuck. I gotta tell you though, man, I am really, really glad that I stumbled upon that. Really, really am. Because there are so many stories out there that let's just face it, they're bad. They're very, very bad. And this thing, it's just simple fun. It's just simple fun. That's all it is. You got the backdrop of something serious, and you can get serious at times. But it's all based on this pretty much just all based on this premise of family. Literally. In the title. This is what's called a rivet press. Now supposedly there are foot-operated rivet presses out there. I've never seen one. This is root beer, by the way. Not beer. Very, very easy to use, this rivet press. Rivet heads. Rivet sockets. I think that's how you define these things as. I could be, and I likely am, completely wrong. So, this is where we get... Wait, no. Oh boy, I almost jumped the fucking gun. I am sorry, I'm getting excited. I'll put you down first, little rivet press. We'll show this though. Boom. You know, I think I actually did. Yeah, I think I mirrored this a little too much because I realized this looks like DM backwards. Looks like DM backwards. Hold on, I'm gonna see if I can't remedy this midstream. Can I do this? All right. There we go. There we go. Saved. And everything looks wonky now. I say wonky, it just kind of looks Dutch. Yeah, looks at an angle. I almost forgot the most important thing. One of the most important things. One of. This is going to be the dyeing process. You might be thinking, what's the dyeing process? The dyeing process is very, very simple. You take a sponge, you take some dye, and you rub that shit into the leather. And then boom, you're good to go. I use this as a coaster. Because that's what I did. I made coasters out of leather. Very, very nice. Basic idea was I wanted coasters for like the Renaissance mugs that you can get. So that's what I did. Where was the second one of these? I had a second one. No, it's not under that. Be very careful about that. That's my porcelain Greek pottery. How do I get gray? How did I get gray? I'm going to attempt something that is likely very, very stupid. In what? I'll be back! I shall return momentarily. I'm back. This is why you invest in paper cups. Although, admittedly, I might need a larger one at some point in time. Now, this is why I'm putting gloves on. Because the dye itself, it gets everywhere. And it will stay everywhere. For as far as I'm aware, pretty much forever. And by the time you wear that shit down, the stuff behind it is also worn the fuck down. I don't know how they do it, but if you get that shit on your clothes, it's there forever. At one point in time, my cat got into the green dye. Not like eating it or anything like that, but he did get it on his paw, and he decided to take a trip on my bed. So my bed has this permanent green dye mark on it, like these smudges in a corner. So what I'm going to be doing, I'm going to be mixing. Because what this guy wants, he wants a gray. He wants a gray on his pauldron, right? So I figured, since I'm doing this anyway, I might as well test to see what happens when you mix dyes. Black and silver. A little bit of black. Like a week or two ago, I did the whole dyeing process without the rubber gloves. Got on my hands. And it's not good. Wouldn't go away for a very long time. I'm going to mention this right off the bat. I honestly don't think this will work. I honestly do not. But if it's at all a different color from the regular black that I use and the regular silver that I end up with, I'll be happy. So the main thing that you do here, and this is not exactly how you would normally do it, but you get the dye on the sponge, and then you just take your hide and rub it in. I might need a little bit more black, actually, because this is coming out very, very as it's supposed to be silver. Actually, just a bit more. Yeah, I'm actually, you know what? This is coming out better than I expected. Nice. After this process is finished, there will be several things you could do for it. So, for example, one of the things that you can do, I believe, after most of the dye is dried, you can buff it. And when you buff it, the best way I can describe it is all of the dye that just won't sink into the leather, that comes off. And the rest of it gets far more properly mixed in with the leather itself, into the leather pores. And it gives it this nice shine. It gives it a nice shine and sheen look to it. Very, very nice. Oh yeah, this is looking very nice. It's a bit more brown than I was expecting. A bit more brown than actual, like, gray. But, fuck it. First attempt. I don't think he'll notice. I don't think he'll notice at all. And honestly, I don't think he'll mind. And Himbamite has returned. Good thing you weren't pulled over.
I can just give him my date of birth, my name, and my other things for him.
Mm-hmm. So what do you think of this color?
I can't even tell what color that is.
I mixed the silver. You looked right into the lens, didn't you?
No. It's nice. I might hit it with another brown because I can see some like sponge marks, but.
Wow, this isn't even supposed to be well, it's not even supposed to be anything, but I mixed the silver and the black. A little bit of black.
Yeah, no, it's gonna need another coat of whatever you got on it once it's set. That was what I was saying.
Yeah, I get you. This way.
You want this light or do you?
I mean, honestly, that helps me out a lot more. Because I didn't see all the... The light is coming closer. Don't look into it, chat.
exposed.
I mean, you could just put it down somewhere, you know.
Well, kind of creep.
Yep, that is going to be for,
Yeah, biggie.
that's going to be for someone else. So, fun fact. Fun fact. The, one of the guys who works at the hotel that I'm patrolling today, his brother dated my sister.
Interesting.
Yeah, back when we were, like, 14 years old. It's a small world. The fuck is that? It's alright then. There we go. Oh, that does look very nice, though. That looks very nice. I like it a lot. You know, this kind of makes me want to mix it. Like, makes me want to mix up the other colors sometime. That way, I can really tell what's going on. I can really start to mess around with it. Like, I could... Like, what would happen if I mixed up the silver and the blue? Would I get a... Like, would I just get a mix match of colors or something? Let's move this forward a bit. And then... downwards. There we go. All of the stuff. This is what it looked like before. It's what it looks like now. Cheers to your health. Now, something else that I do for the capes is that I'll dye the back as well. Now, the place that I learned this from, they would spray paint the backs because it was a very, very quick process. And they would literally just like spray paint they would just spray paint the back black. It'd be a nice flat color. It kind of protects the leather a little bit. That's a lie. I don't actually know if that's true or not. But it definitely does hide. It definitely does hide what the leather used to look like beforehand. Getting the feeling that I'm getting the feeling that what I saw coming out of the sponge that was like very soapy, it might have been the silver coming through. Because that's never happened before. I think it just didn't mix all the way or something. Who knows? But you can see how quickly the leather will adapt to will be changed to the new colors. Just imagine if this were your fabric. It's not coming out. Now I actually don't need nearly as much dye on the back end. I really don't, because this is primarily this is not only going to be covered by the cape itself, but because it's going to be on the underside, that's going to be more or less attached to your body anyway. We're good to go. Yeah, you can also see just how like this thing does wonders. Sorry, it wreaks havoc on just the gloves as well. If these things were on my hands, it would stay there for a good like 4 or 5 days. You know, 4 or 5 days of this stuff on your hands. It's a thing. You gotta be careful about what you touch, and essentially you've just gotta. You have to wash your hands thoroughly from like the word go after you're done, because otherwise literally everything you touch is going to have that leaving marks. Leaving marks. That's literally, decide what you want me to say. Now, to the point where if you don't have, there's this, everybody who's worked in a mechanic shop knows this product, what it is, but I don't remember what it's called. There's this gritty, it's like a soap, but it's very, very gritty. It's like got sand in it or rocks in it. You use that to get all the grease off your hands. Someone will mention it. Someone knows what it's officially called. But I do not know what it's called. So, if you don't use that, the only thing that you're really going to get off is like the top most layers of the dye that you're stuck with, and you're basically going to condemn any towel or rag that you use to essentially be that color forever. Because you use that to dry your hands, it's that color. Yeah. So I like this. It's not, the light might not do it quite justice, but it's not quite black, and it's not quite brown either. I like it. If you compare it to, I don't have it right now. If you compare it to another black pauldron or something like that, you should be able to tell the difference. Should, but I could be wrong. So this is the cloth that I'm using to dye it with. I know people who will use, I think it might be like rabbit pelt. And you use that and you buff the leather that way. I'm just letting it dry for a little bit before I do that. Because I want to. And this gives us a chance to talk. A little one-on-one time. Just you and me. Something private and intimate. Oh, shoot! I could do this. Do I want to sacrifice gloves? Fuck it, I've got 50 of them. I know, I got it. Yeah, we're good. Wipe my hands a little bit. Because this little bit of sweat, maybe a little bit of residue. I don't know. Oh shit, this is double layered. I did not know that. I thought it was just a rag. Nope. There's two. It's kind of like a pillowcase that's sewn shut. I'm gonna bring out a book. Bring out a fucking book. Because this thing... Because this thing is fucking cool. There you go. There's a statue. Yeah. You ever read this book? You ever read this? While we're waiting on this to dry, it's not going to be too long. Sir Gawain and the Green Knight. From what I from what I understood, because I've just started getting into the actual written works of the Arthurian legends, pretty much all of them are not in a book. Most of them are in songs or poems, and only some of them are really only some of them are really like novels. Actually, can I do this? Make it less Dutch? Yeah, I think I can. Nice. It's a little less Dutch. I apologize to the Dutch. We're talking about Dutch angles here. From what I understand, this is also very like Shakespearean in the sense that you might not be able to see it properly. I don't think you can actually. The poems themselves, you can read it in its original language, or you can read it in its modern English translation. Because The original English is vastly different from our own. Yeah, I'm just gonna give it a couple pages. So there we go. Just a little bit before we continue on to the next process, next stage, if you will. Once the siege and assault of Troy had ceased, with the city a smoke heap of cinders and ash, the traitor who contrived such betrayal there was tried for his treachery, the truest on earth. Aeneas. Aeneas? Aeneas. I've got no idea how you would pronounce that other than like Aeneas. Aeneas. Aeneas it was, with his noble warriors who went conquering abroad, laying claim to the crowns of the wealthiest kingdoms in the western world. Mighty Romulus quickly careered towards Rome, and conceived a city in magnificent style, which from then until now has been known by his name. Tisius constructed townships in Tuscany, and Langobard did likewise, building homes in Lombardy. And further afield, over the sea of France, Felix Brutus founds Britain on broad banks most grand. And wonder, dread and war have lingered in that land where loss and love in turn have held the upper hand.
I fucking hate the new website.
The new website? What's up?
They won't let me make a partial payment now, so I was going to put my rent on there. It's auto payment for this and this and this, otherwise it's the phone off. I'm like, they used to be like...
Auto payments?
Yeah, you can set it up to auto pull from your account.
Well, alright then.
I'm like, this is fucking stupid. I just want to put my money in here.
Oh yeah, they stopped doing partial payments when the new owners took over.
Well,
I don't know why.
They sent me an email. I can still do partial payments throughout the month. I don't have to pay the full thing, but we got to sign up for it. So I will be back. I'm going to go gas up and get money.
Makes sense. Makes sense. Just a little bit more. After Britain, I'm going to say Britain. After Britain was built by this founding father, a bold race bred there. Battle-happy men causing trouble and torment in turbulent times. And through history, more strangeness has happened here than anywhere else I know of on earth. But most legal of rulers in the royal line was Arthur, regal of rulers, who I heard is honored above all. And the inspiring story I intend to spin has moved the hearts and minds of many. An awesome episode in the legends of Arthur. So listen a little, while to my tale, if you will, and I'll tell you it's told in the town where it strips from the tongue. And as it has been inked in stories bold and strong, where loyal letters linked have lasted loud and long. It was Christmas at Camelot, King Arthur's court, where the great and the good of the land had gathered, the right noble lords of the ranks of the Round Table, all roundly carousing and reveling in pleasure. Reveling in pleasure. Time after time, in tournaments of joust, they had lunged at each other with levelled lances, then returned to the castle to carry on their caroling. For the feasting lasted a full fortnight and one day, with more food and drink than a fellow could dream of. The hubbub of their humour was heavenly to hear, pleasant dialogue by day and dancing after dusk. So house and hall were lit with happiness, and lords and ladies were luminous with joy. With all the wonder in the world they gathered there as one, the most chivalrous and courteous knights known to Christendom, the most wonderful women to have walked in this world, the handsomest king to be crowned at court. All these fair folks in their first age, together in that hall, most fortunate under heaven, with Arthur, that man of high will, no bolder band could ever be found on field or hill. So yeah, if it's not clear by this point in time, the Sir Gawain and the Green Knight is a poem. And I got to chapter 2 the other night. I recommend you read it so far, because the Green Knight himself, of which the book is titled after, the poem is titled after, he may have one of the most, like, ball-swinging entrances I've read. The dude literally rides in on a horse with a wreath and an axe, and basically says, "I've heard you guys are tough shit. I want to see it for myself. Hit me with this axe." Hit me with this axe, and I will hit you with the axe in 1 year and 1 day. And so Gawain will step up, and he decapitates the guy. The guy picks up his own head and rides out, promising, "You have done well, Gawain. I'll come back in 1 year and 1 day to give you the same treatment. You have to seek me out. You have to find me in 1 year and 1 day. You have to find me or be called coward for all of your days." And so, honor is a big fucking thing. It's a big deal. Okay. I think we've waited long enough. So, basically, this is very, very simple. You take this cloth. You know what? I'll just down this bit. There we go. Back to the dirty, dirty fucking crafting table, which is usually covered by a blanket. As you can kind of tell, that's the underside. This is the upper side. This one's a lot more shiny than the underside. I don't know which one is the actual, underneath the fur side. I don't know which one is the inner. But, literally, this is all you're doing. You're just buffing your leather. Now, the people that I originally learned this from, they would do it in circles with I think it's a rabbit pelt. I'm just going to move this over here, actually, because I don't trust it. I don't trust the rag to not knock it over. But the guy that I purchased this from, he works over at Tandy Leather. He literally just said, you can just do this. That's all you gotta do. There we go. So much shinier now. Boom. It's nice, isn't it? I'll buff this one too, because why not? Fuck. The texture on the underside is a bit more coarse than the upper side, so it's gripping the fabric a bit easier. I say a bit easier, just gripping the damn thing. There we go. All right. Boom. Easy. And then what will happen is you just sandwich the two of them like this. And once the rivets are in place, no one will know. No one will ever know. And so, let's take this back a little bit. Angle it a little bit. And then, here we go. Heavy. It's heavy duty, this thing. So, where did I put the rivets again? Here it is. Bada bing, bada boom. The reason is fairly obvious as to why you put the die on first and not the rivets. But just for the sake of explanation and for the sake of having something to talk about, it's a lot easier, and I do mean this. It's a lot easier to die it first and then put the rivets in. Boom. Rivet set. And then you just keep on doing it. Now, depending on what you're doing with the rivets themselves, not the rivets, the design, you'll want to taut. You want to taut the leather as you push it down. So, like, for example, in certain instances, you would get it to about right here, and then you'd pull just a little bit, so that way it's nice and taut. From here, though, I think what I want to do is like that. Because this allows me to keep it taut like that. And then, boom. Like that keeps the leather taut in between the rivets. Be more organized than I am when you do this. Be more organized. Because otherwise, it's going to be a mess and a half. Rather than just a mess. Woo! There we go. Very, very simple. Now, a cool thing is, actually, depending on what you're making, so for example, if you're making a gauntlet using this process, if you're making a gauntlet using this process, you might have these things that are like the rivets on the, that are connecting the guard and the hand. Well, you want this to be able to move. So, what you'll do is that when you're doing this, typically, you'll have it all the way down in the press, right? You'll press it all the way down. But when you're using it for something that wants to be a bit more flexible, you need to practice not having it go all the way down. So that way it's set, but it's not completely shut, if that makes any sense. For this, you want it all the way down. Now, I'm not gonna lie, I really want to see what it looks like when I mix the blue and the silver. I really want to know what that looks like. I really fucking do. I'm not gonna do it just now, because one of the things that I'll be doing later is I need to make an arm guard for my right arm, because I made this. I made an archer's guard for my left arm, and the archer's guard basically goes on this side rather than this side. But since I don't really need that for my right arm, although I can shoot left-handed. I can use a bow left-handed, I should say. You don't shoot a bow. You loose the arrow. I know it's synonymous at this day and age, but fuck it. But because the one that I made is drastically different, both in style and in color, to any of the other guards that I've ever had, I need to make another one for my right arm that matches that style, and also it'll be, going with a particular outfit that I'll be wearing for the festival this year. So I think what I'll do is, because I'm already making stuff, I'll make something small, something that, you know, it will justify the test. And it won't necessarily matter if the color doesn't exactly turn out the way I want it to. Oh, I'm not gonna lie, like in the certain light, this does look fucking gray. This looks gray as fuck. You know what? I think I got it. Thanks, buffering. Thanks, buffing. That worked perfectly. Thank you. Fuck yes. All those, like, shifting through the dark painting sessions paid off. Yeah, this is something that I need to remember, because I almost fucking forgot, and I reminded myself just now. I must stop at the edge. I have to stop at the edge just now. Reason why is because if this is going to be a shoulder cape, as in this is something that's draped on your shoulder, it needs something to attach to. Which means I need to make a strap. I need to make a belt strap, essentially, that'll go all the way around. All the way around the body. Boom.
Nice.
It actually did kind of turn out looking a little gray. The desired color. What is this?
Cash for the rent.
It will be put to rent. Yep, it went from $4.90 to $4.60.
It's still $4.99 where I went. It was it was $5.50 at the one station.
Where the fuck did you go?
I didn't go there. I'm saying the last time it was $5.50. Now it's down to like $4.
I still want to know, which gas station was this?
The one right by Carbonius.
Okay. That I don't go there.
It cost me, the last time it was $98. This time it cost me $75.
You know, you can go to Speedway. Speedway is
super gas this time.
What does that mean?
It's the 90 octane. It's more expensive one.
Oh, okay.
That's what my car's recommended to run on.
Gotcha.
That's the one I get like God tier gas mileage.
Gotcha. Yeah, that would change a few things.
90 octane, right? A month of working, and even going other places, my tank was full. I didn't have to fill up for like a fucking month.
Wait, which month?
2 months ago, before gas was super high too.
I mean, gas was super high 2 months ago. Wasn't quite $5 super high.
That's
but
not super high. I mean, like $7 was terrible back in like it was like 8 years ago. Ridiculous. No.
Yeah, it might have been 8 years ago.
Did that. I'm out of the negative, and I think I got $127 to my name now.
Nice. Very nice.
That's not nice. $127 ain't give me shit.
Well, it's nicer than in the hole.
Yeah.
I had.
Also worth the money, so I could send her some. I would have been at $227 instead of that.
Yeah. Oh, I get you. I had a thought, and then I lost it.
Were you not gonna wedge a cape between that?
Hmm?
Were you not wedging a cape in between that? Ah, okay.
I'm leaving that for last. Also, I need to decide on if it's going to be this hole or this hole, but it's likely going to be this hole where the actual strap comes in. It's likely going to be this one.
Or make it separate. 2 punchers.
I like having it in the one, so I can just slide that one in between the middle as well.
How are you punching the holes? Is the new? Did you get a new one or is it the one?
I got a new one.
Broke.
Yeah, I noticed.
That little yellow one I had was also broken.
Yeah, I noticed.
I fucking hate it. I'm gonna get those little hammer ones.
I have one of those as well somewhere. Oh. I've only got it in the one size, and it's actually the wrong size.
Too big or too small?
Too small. One too small. It'll work for like sewing stuff.
Yeah, the one I want to get, it's got like 6 or it's like 8 to 10 teeth on it. It's for the sewing holes. You just makes them perfect size for that needle to go through.
By the by, are you still interested in doing the basket weave design?
Yeah.
Right. Not on this one, but when you have gotten in contact with Eric.
Well, I got in contact with him. He's just not responding.
Oh.
I figured I'd just gangster that and show the fuck up and be like, hey.
Yeah, I don't see why not. He offered it to me last year. I just said, well, we just don't have the time.
I've got time to do it. It's going to be fun.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
I don't know if he said halvesies or not, but I'm like, it's got to be at least halvesies.
I think he said that he would, I think he said that he would pay, fuck, what was it? Like, there was the, he basically said that we would get the money for the items that we made that sold, but there was that little bit of, like, maybe like $10 or something like that that he would keep because, like, it's in his booth type of thing.
Yeah. No.
I can't remember exactly what it was, but it was, like, pretty much most of it, if not half. Like, for sure would have been half.
A lot of my stuff is going to be priced up there towards his general price, right? Because of tooling and shit. I want to make some fun stuff.
Naturally.
And like I said, next paycheck for sure, I'm going to go to Tandy and buy shit.
Dude, I'm offering to be the supplier for this one.
Oh, no, I know. There's stuff that I want to go and sort through for, like, buckles and ding-dongs, bells and whistles. You know.
Ding-dongs.
Ding-dongs, dong-dingers, bling-dings. Yeah. Oh, by all means, get leather and stuff and the basic stuff like rivets and that, but there's also stuff that's like, yeah, his stuff is, you could clearly tell, you know, what his is. He's using that. I'm going to go different, make it look a little different.
Right.
I want to make some Witcher-inspired stuff as well, so if I can make the chest piece that Geralt wears, that will be, like, gone, because I know there's a Geralt out there that doesn't have it and wants one.
Huh. Yeah, that would sell.
I'm going to make the entire Witcher set. I'm going to be like, hey, Eric, I require a mannequin.
Wait, don't want to use Steve?
Are you going to bring him out there?
I mean, if you require him specifically, yes.
Yeah, so mannequin, and then I gotta make like leg stuffies, and gotta get duct tape and saran wrap so I can stuff it instead of legs.
Also, fun, real quick, do you know of anyone nearby, or do you know of any place nearby where we can acquire straw? Because I want to make a human dummy target practice. Like, literally, I want to make a scarecrow out of straw. And I can put the old shirts that I don't use on it, and I can use that as target practice. It would need to be a lot of straw because I want it to be like a human shape.
It's hay.
Yeah.
I would go to I wouldn't get it by the big bundles, but like a lot of some people have like the straw guinea pig bedding. If you go to PetSmart, they got them in like bags.
Mm-hmm.
It'd be a lot cheaper to go to a farm when they're baling hay. Be like, hey, can I get like 3 of those bales? I'll give you $50. They're
Always
not,
go to the source.
they're not worth $50. They're a lot cheaper than that. But I'm saying $50. Be like, hey, please.
It guarantees you that fucking bundle of hay.
I want like 3 of those $50, and you put it in my car for me. Because
Yeah.
Skid loaders.
Yep. Yeah, because like I wanted to do that. Plus, if I can do it this way, if I can get some practice in with that before the project starts to happen, we'll literally be able to design the Scarecrow the way we want it to. And we can put that costume on an actor when the Scarecrow is supposed to move.
Yeah. You know, I could ask my dad to chop down his little field thing he's got out there and have somebody bale it. I don't have to pay anything that way.
Is it something that he would normally do?
He's done it before. I just gotta find somebody with a hay baler.
With a hay baler, you said?
Yeah.
Fair enough.
I don't know. I think my dad did sell that field though. I can't remember.
Wait, you had a field?
Yeah.
Farmland.
He had like 40 apple trees out on it.
I thought you said that was like your aunt's.
Dad's.
Huh. Well then. That'll do it. That would do it indeed.
Apple trees, not the legal way.
What? What?
So, when Honeycrisp apple fruits came out, they were made up in the U.S. And the guy that had an apple orchard, who was passed away for quite a few years now, had my dad help him, bring them back. Well, he got a few too many. So I was like, I have nowhere for these. Do you want them? So my dad took them.
So your father took the first generation of like
40 apple trees, yeah.
Nice.
And that's where we got a ton of the apples from.
That'll do it.
Yeah. Oh, was you yapping, baby? I'm sorry.
Alright. Here's the tricky part.
Tricky poppies.
Hmm?
So I want to eat my tricky poppies.
I saved some for me. I want to see what all the excitement is about.
The rest of the bag is yours, Sam. I'm going to eat the one that just made.
Nice. This dude has been requesting chicken poppers for months.
They're 50 times better being baked in... Sorry, you were probably explaining them.
He won't stop pestering me. I woke up to a note on my ceiling, then on my door, on my computer. He broke into my computer, wrote it down on the file that I was working
It's not
on.
breaking it in if it's sitting out here in the living room and I know the password.
You did.
Actually, I forgot the fucking password, so never mind. Something ding dong tiddlywinks.
I mean, that's exact. That is the password. So fuck you.
Shit. I know now that I say it, I do actually remember it.
Yep. Very, very simple. You know how I...
Lifeblood.
Right. Do you know why I made it that particular password? You remember Patrick? Dude who dressed up as Uncle Iroh?
Yeah.
Yeah. He told me of a dream that he had where that was what transpired through the entire dream. And then he woke up to an alarm clock. Because it was like... It was he was being tasked to fight a monster. Meanwhile, that was happening in the background the entire time. And he got closer and closer to the monster, and then all of a sudden, alarm, he wakes up.
Fucking hate those.
Oh, actually...
and you wake up and your heart is racing. Yeah,
right.
It's fun.
For me, the dream that I had a few nights ago, the one with the dog that turned into a spider, it still had the body of a dog. But
I suppose that's where you got your inspiration for that spider bitch.
No,
No?
this literally this happened 2 days ago.
I
Like,
kept thinking when you said spider lady, I didn't realize when you said drow. I'm like, so it's an arachnid, but a drow top? How the fuck does that work? It's two different species. And then I realized, no, it's a lady and there's a small spider following her.
Oh no, it's a giant spider that she's riding on top of.
Oh, I figured it was like the arachidnas or whatever there, which is the spider bottom, humanish top.
No, those familiar with the lore will know that the horsemen who wear the pendants, who they are gets sucked into the pendants forever.
Yeah, no.
Meaning that it's basically past lives type of shit.
Oh, I just...
The drow was the previous owner of the pendant Roland's using.
Like I said, I thought it was, the spider ladies, which are very rare.
Well, those are driders. Those are drow.
Yeah, okay.
Because they were...
Horses and shit.
No. They were attempting to become priestesses of Lolth, and Lolth denied them. So, because they didn't meet with Lolth's approval, she cursed them and transformed them into Drider.
That'll do it.
And in the lore, before Wizards of the Coast fucked it up, in the lore, there are two types of responses to seeing a Drider in the Drow Society. You are either shunned because Lolth disowned you, basically, like you are not worthy of being a priestess for me, and reverence because you've been touched by Lolth.
And then there's the outsiders. Monster!
I said in Drow Society.
I know.
Outside,
I know
outside
Elva's
society?
reaction would be, oh, fuck this shit! Literally the worst!
Outside
and then there's
of
me,
Drow
like,
Society.
Oh, fuck!
Outside of
give him
Drow
a chance.
Society. Yeah, outside of Drow Society, Drows should be, like, hated. Yeah. They're essentially the D&D equivalents of Nazis. That's literally who they are. Just female Hitler, basically. And a Drider... a Drider is even worse. I made the mistake of having a Drider as a barmaid in Stormwind. And that was literally done because I was like, oh, this will be fun. And I'm thinking back on it now and I'm like, no, that does not make sense. Why did I do that?
They could be a slave.
Well...
forced to work. Kind of thing.
Possibly. I did make the character that very typical anime, oh, I'm so shy. Even though I'm a freaking monster right now.
Second chances can go only so far. But if the king is allowed to have a warlock that is shunned upon in there, I am definitely going to have some things that are definitely frowned upon. When I say things, I mean people working with me, or, with me. When he's the king, he does what he wants.
The king does as he likes.
I'm going to get yelled at for blowing up that statue.
You think?
Oh, no, not just that. There's going to be the...
Man, I really don't... I'll just use this for the... Okay, question for you before you continue.
No idea. Okay.
Should I use the same dye on the belt strap for the cape? Or should I use a different color for it? Should I go black. Straight black? Okay, so I should not use this. I should use the straight black. Yeah, because I could see either one, really.
Straps are usually black or brown.
Yep. Or in my case, they were attempted to be silver and turned out just a darker variant of the...
Get your fucking ass out the way, cat.
You wanted to get loved.
Yeah, I want my chicken.
Well, go get your chickie.
I was trying to use it away.
Well, then get him out. Just step over him. Step over him. He's a cat. I tried. I don't think you did. Fun times, fun conversations. So this next part is going to be... Well, it's just going to be some basic stuff. This is how I'm going to be showing you this. Basically, you use this to get very, very straight cuts. You basically just use this to make straps. That's basically what you do with it. Now, this is where things have to be moved around a lot because... Oh, boy. I don't know why this is there. This is what I have to work with. All of this. And this is what I've got to cut up. All right. So, let's see. This is going to be... this is going to be made for a much bigger guy. Much bigger guy. So the strap, because it's going across the chest, is going to be long. Fucking hell. This might not actually be... I think it'll be fine. I'm sure it'll be fine. But essentially what you do is you twist this loosen, and then you can move this back and forth. You can slide it back and forth. And this has a blade, a razor, pinched inside. You got measuring on the bottom, and when you find the right spot for it, you just crank this down, and it's nice and solid, doesn't move, and you can just cut down. So, let's actually move this a bit further out of the way, because I don't trust myself to not do something of a fuck up here. Razor. Box cutter. So when it comes to this, you just want to decide what size the belt strap should be. And once you've done that, you just start cutting away. I think I'll use silver or brass. I've got not even silver. I'll use the more darker silver one for this one. I'll save the brass for something. Yes! I'm saving the brass for the blue and gold one. That's right, that's right. These buckles, they come in single packets for the most part. In fact, I don't think I've ever seen one that doesn't. Very simple, very basic. You'll see this on most belts. In fact, the belt I'm wearing right now was homemade by myself, and it's got a larger version of this. So what you do is you figure out how wide it needs to be. You typically just hold it up to I just typically hold it up to the leather itself. And I put it in such a way where I can see where it can slide through. And then I mark on the other side, right at the edge, so that way I know where to cut. There we go. And then you just get to cutting, really. Simple as that. And of course, this is the troublesome part, because you kind of have to just fold this over to get to where you need to go. So, that's what the knife is for. Now this is a very, very sharp razor, so don't let that dissuade you from getting like leather armor at the festival by as an example, because, well, first of all, leather is very good at what it does in the heat of battle. But in addition, typically speaking, when there's a give to it, it doesn't necessarily get all the way through. It's a little more. There we go. Yeah, there we go. Also, the majority of the time when someone's got like leather armor, it's not just one layered. It's not single layered. There we go. Perfect. This is the satisfying part. One part that you do need to be concerned with, though, you need to be watchful for it. You have to make sure that it's like taut. It's very taut, because if you don't, you run the risk of the leather kind of like folding in on itself, and that can mess up your cut. Granted, that's more or less the same advice for anything that you like cut, like be it fabric or paper or anything like that. that's how we do it. So in this case, I actually have to be careful and cut even more because I want to make sure that I do this right. Where's this? Nice. That's a saw. There's a saw blade. Let's just move that out of the way because... Alright, where did I put the flat? You know what? I can just use a box. Because at this point, I don't need anything fancy. I just need something that I can mark. There we go. Yeah, if you haven't noticed already, I tend to fly by the seat of my pants. Seat of my pants? Seam of my pants? There we go. Yeah, I'm gonna... Oh, here we go. Had to be difficult, didn't you? Had to be difficult.
I made a few too many. You want those, Keith?
I'll happily take some food here.
I use there's like 6 of them, but like I use mayo with dipping sauce.
Mayo dipping sauce, you fucking bastard.
It's because there was
no barbecue sauce. I mean, you say that. I've got some spicy barbecue sauce.
Yeah, something that's not gonna blow my fucking pants off. I want to be somewhat comfortable tonight at work.
I don't make that hot of a food.
I never know how my stomach gonna react to this thing.
That's fair. That's fair.
I mean, there is a good combination of ketchup, mustard, and mayo in the mix. It makes a good dippy sauce.
Do we not have ketchup?
What?
Do we not have ketchup?
No, we do. I was just hungry and grabbed the first bottle of whatever was in reach.
Okay, ranch does taste good.
Yeah. They're better when they're baked. Good deep fried, but like I recommend using them in rice.
Well, I would love to. If the bowl for the rice cooker showed back up.
I know where it's at. I'll grab it.
Are you proud of yourself hiding it from me for all these weeks?
I got tired of cleaning out rotten rice.
It was in there for you.
That being said, it also blended in with my shelf, so I couldn't fucking see it.
Uh-huh. Sure. Huh? Say again?
Said I might look for a bigger rice cooker or another one. That bowl is getting pretty scratched. Pretty soon the rice is just gonna fucking stick to the outside. I need anti-stick stuff.
Gotcha. Oop. What's that?
Oh, I thought you were pulling it.
There you go.
Tiny, tiny point.
I'll probably be cutting the tiny point.
Yeah, once I got that thing set up and figure out how to use it, I'm like, ooh, that's super nice.
And how could you not figure out how to use it from the word go?
What? No, it was like, where's the blade on it? I was looking, I honestly couldn't find a blade.
You couldn't find the blade?
Yeah, no, like, I was looking for it when I first set it up. I was also tired.
That would do it.
And then I opened it up, I'm like, oh, there it is. Okay, now I know how it goes.
The part that I'm concerned with is in the event that it gets blunted. That's the only thing I'm concerned with. I don't really use it as much as I would probably normally do.
They're like, what, $14?
This thing?
Yeah.
I think it was like 20.
No, it's not terrible. The blade, I think, is just one of those X-Acto knife blades.
Maybe.
Hey, be careful. Speaking of blades, you might get cut, Kitty.
Oh, well, yeah, he's right next to the saw, but it's okay. The heavy part is downward, so. Okay, so this one goes around here, goes around there. Actually, I think... If only this were being made for a guy my size. This is being made for someone a bit larger, so... Have to cut this end down because I fucked up in the initial cut. Yeah, so this is it. Right here. And that's how you make, that's basically how you get strips. Yeah. What time is it? Sun's still out, so I've still got plenty of time. Oh no, I've got 2 hours until I have to be at work, so I've got like an hour to myself. Hey Drake, how you doing?
How you doing, kitty? How you doing, baby? How you doing? How you doing, baby? How you doing? Yes. Oh. Yes. Yes. You time to fight? Time to fight? Time to fight, kitty? Time to fight.
He likes it.
Oh. Who's a good little kitty?
He's been how do we say it? He's been a playful cat since he was a kitten. Typically speaking, I'll hear him purring the hardest when we're fighting like this. Yeah. Typically. So the question is, do I make another strip? The answer is probably going to be yes. Yeah. I'll probably have to make another strip. So the question is, do I make another strip before or after I cut this thing up? Because this part is going to be very, very easy. Very, very easy. I just take this and I measure roughly how much I want from the word go. Let's see. About right there. Yeah, this thing doesn't even need to be that long. Let's put right there. So that's where it needs to be the buckle. And so because that needs to be the buckle, it needs to be about there is where I cut it. Because it needs to go past this and then, yeah, so. Easy. Easy, easy. Yes, Drake, what is it? There we go. This is up front. So, fun fact, there are tools where you can do this a lot easier. I don't have those tools. So I have to do this a different way. First, bam. First I do that, make a nice hole. And then for myself, what I do for this is I will cut Actually, do I even need to do that? Let's fucking find out. Because if I don't need to do that, it'll be insane. Might have to. There we go. There we go. I wasn't doing it hard enough. I'm fairly certain I will, though. Fairly certain I will. Yep. I thought I could be clever. Make an incision. You make the incision a little wider in the required or desired. I typically do like a diamond shape. Easy. Once that's done, you can essentially just put this thing in. The tool that I'm referring to, the tool that I'm thinking of, is essentially, it's a manual hole puncher. Wow, I remember this being a lot easier with other pieces. That's what she said. Now, essentially, what you do is you've got this, think of it like a pen. You've got this pen with kind of like a flattened, like a rounded but flat on top back. And then you just hammer it down. And at the base, you've got this, this elongated oval that'll cut into the leather and it'll get you the desired shape. Makes this particular process significantly easier. But I don't have that tool, so I have to do it the Manuel way. No, I don't like this. I don't like this at all. Because for whatever reason, it's not going in all... What the fuck? Why is it not working? Okay, what the fuck? I literally had it just a moment ago. What the fuck is going on? Don't do what I'm doing, by the way. Let's try this again, shall we? There we go. Fucking finally. What the fuck is wrong with this? I just got it too. I just got it. There we go. I'm just gonna guess that this is just some tough leather. Tougher leather than I thought. Fucking shit. Oh, by the stars above, I think it actually is thicker hide. Oh my stars, I've been an idiot. Yeah, this is the thicker stuff. I've been using the thicker stuff for a fucking belt strap on a shoulder cape. I was wondering why it looked so fuck off weird. Oh. Well, this guy's gonna get some tough fucking belts, like fucking strap. Tough fucking strap. Fucking hell. Alright. That's what we're doing. Beveling. That's what we gotta work with. That's what we gotta work with. And of course, because I think this will help a little bit. Easy. Well, I say easy, not realizing that, oh fuck. I just realized something fun. Essentially what I'm doing is a belt in two pieces. That's essentially what I'm doing here. I just realized that I have to make a shit ton of notches for this belt. Fuck. Fucking hell. Fucking hell. Here's hoping I... Yeah. Actually, can this essentially reach all the way around me? If this can reach all the way around me... Yep, this thing can reach all around me. Because of that, I do not need to make another one. I don't. Thank me. I didn't even finish this one. Fuck. Ugh. Okay. Reminder to myself how tough it's gonna be for later. Okay. Bam! All right. It fired through the holes. Oh, it was launched. Wow, the pressure was so much it just fired through the holes. Okay. I'm cool with that. So, same thing with this side. More or less. Fucking hell, it's popping off like corks. So, how are you doing today? I'm doing well. I'm doing very well. You know what? I'm going to move this a little forward. Oh, there's the other sponge. It fell down to that side. There we go. Bit closer. Bit closer. So now you might be able to get a little better view of it. So let's do about... Actually, you know what? I'm going to cut this first. There we go. Right here. Fuck. You know what? I might need some fucking padding for this shit. Fucking hell. The necklace is a sword. It's got a bunch of I say a bunch of. It's basically it's called the Rune Sword, and that was why I got it. I've had this thing since 2017. Yes, what is it, Bessie? But people have mistaken it for a cross before. And I figured since it's going to be dangling in the front and center stage, I might as well talk about what it is. When I was in Louisiana, there were a bunch of booths nearby. One of them was a jewelry shop. And so, I got this. Fucking hell. I believe this should have been done by now, actually. I just needed to not use the wrong hide for the belt. I should have been using the thinner stuff. right hand is just getting fucked up today. Let's say halfway. Fuck off, there's so much space. But there were a few booths that were around there. One of them was a lantern booth. Metallic frames and some stained glass. Might have been stained plastic, all things considered, but had some lanterns, pretty cool lanterns there. And there was a book tent. Literally, it was a bunch of leather-bound books that were basically like journals and stuff. Nothing was in them, but, you know. You know what? Maybe this will work. Crush sparrow egg between thighs. Nope. My balls say no. Don't cheapen out on this one. Don't make them larger. Sorry, don't make them far more spaced out than they need to be. Fuck me, man. This is... Fuck. Oh, man. I need to give my hand a little bit of a rest. Like, it's just... Clearly, I can make this work. It's just that the pain, seemingly, is stopping me. Which is not fun. Especially since I know I've only got so many minutes. I've got like an hour. Yo, what's up? Thank you. Thank you very much for that. I will check the name in a moment. There we go. Hui. Thank you, head doctor. Yeah, a little bit of a struggle. You probably can't see it because of the lighting, but there's some straight up discoloration in my hand in the exact spot where this hole puncher's handle was. Like, it is a deep pink right there. Little bit of vein showing. Yeah. Yeah. So let this also be a lesson to you. If you're going to be doing this, get like a... In the same way that I use the plastic... Yeah, the plastic gloves for the dye. Get like some fingerless gloves for like motorcycle riding or some shit, because you're going to want that padding if you make the same mistake I did. This leather, I think, is literally twice the thickness as the hide for the pauldron, which is fucking... it's fucking ridiculous if you think about it. Ironic, in fact. Because I would normally do the opposite. I'd make the thicker stuff with the pauldron and the thinner stuff for the belt. But no, I had to be a dumbass and not realize the difference until I was already committed. And you don't waste leather. You don't. The stuff that you can't use, that's the stuff you throw away, but if you can use the scraps, you hold on to those scraps. Each roll of hide is about between like 60 and 80 bucks. The thicker stuff, what we call a saddle leather. The saddle leather is about like 100, maybe 120. And that's the really thick stuff. We're talking stop a knife thick stuff. It's really thick, really very, very strong, and very, very hard to work with. But once you've worked it to the point where you can make something out of it, oh, you keep that stuff upkeeped all the while. Because, fucking hell. I requested my armor be constructed out of that thick stuff. I got a chest piece and some pauldrons made out of it. I was sucker punched in the gut to test how good it was. Only had the knocked wind out of me for about 5 seconds. Then I was good to go. Well, the thing is, like, leatherworking, you don't necessarily need to be a heavyweight guy. I'm only 220. Yeah, I'm only 220. I need to lose so much weight. I need to be about... I'm aiming for about 180 or 190. I'm not exactly helping myself with the soda that I consume. There we go. I just need to move the fucking monitor closer to me. It's literally like 8 feet away from me and my eyes are shit. Well. There it is. Behold in all of its glory. Let me just move the hat and the mask. The chest piece itself is actually very, very sturdy stuff. You know what? Fuck it. Fuck it. It was requested. Stan, I'm sorry. I must disrobe you. Feel that? Sorry, hear that? That's how stiff this leather is. After having this armor for a good 2 years, this thing is still making that creasing sound. It's still not fully broken in yet. Looks a little strange, I know. Not strapped down all the way. But yeah. This thing's heavy too. I haven't weighed it, but I think it's close to about... I think this alone is like 5 to 8 pounds. It might not sound like much. Generally doesn't sound like much, but might be a little heavier. I don't know. I haven't weighed it. I don't exactly have the means to do so. Let's see. You know what? I'm going to see if I can't move that monitor a little closer to me, because I'm getting sick and tired of having to get up just to read the chat. I'm getting new glasses next week. I'm getting fitted for them. Come on, you monitor. You fuck. There we go. I'm a professional. Oh. There we go. Oh, come the fuck on. There we go. Move a little bit more and then realize that I have not actually... I haven't even cleaned up the spot where I was going to put it down. Don't mind me. Don't mind me at all. Just being a little bit of us. There we go. There you go. Bada bing, bada boom. Good to go. And now, resize this so I can actually see it. There we go. All right. Thank you. Thank you. One of my buddies said the exact same thing about my weight when he found out about it. You carry that well. I was like, yeah. I didn't even know I was 220 until about like 2 months ago. I just don't care. Only reason I found out is because one of the places I work at has a workout room and a scale. So I said, fuck it, why not? I'll try it out. It read 224, and I was like, oh no! I'm going to lose some of that weight. So I started to work out a little bit. There we go. What I'm working on tonight is essentially going to be a shoulder cape. I put the pauldron like this thing goes over the shoulder, and the cape gets sandwiched between the two layers of leather. Gets riveted on good and tight. The thing looks really nice. It's largely based off of a shoulder cape that I've had for a good... I think a good 9 years now. Alright, back to this. Yeah! Yeah, the leather itself requires a little bit of wrestling to get this fucking thing down. The fuck was the mark I put on this to make sure I knew that it was halfway? There it is. Part of my workout routine is actually archery. I've got myself this English longbow, it's about a 63-pound pull, no pulleys to help me out. I can effectively, well, when it comes to archery, the deciding factor between continuing to practice and going home is one of two things. Either my arm gets tired or my fingers get blistered. Whichever one happens first. Because I can practice archery all day. I love that. I love archery. But I haven't actually done archery in over a year and a half. So 63 pounds... That's some brutal stuff on my arm and my fingers. I literally have to wear a leather glove on my fingers, otherwise they start to blister incredibly quickly. And yeah, this thing was not made by me, the chest piece, by the way. This was made by an old co-worker of mine at the Renaissance Festival. The thing that he works on the most when he's out at the festival is tooling. That's what he does. And tooling is essentially what we call the process of putting imagery into the leather itself. So, the imagery or the heraldry on the front of the chest piece right here, that was my design. But he and his wife, fantastic tattoo artist, by the way. Fantastic tattoo artist. I think it's a... I forget what it's called. Sirens... I think it might be just Sirens Call Tattooing. I think it's Sirens Call Tattooing, I think. I'll have to look it up. But she took the idea that I had sent to her, very, very poorly drawn on my end, and she made it look amazing. She made it look gorgeous. And I went, yes, that right there. Put that on my chest piece. And that's what he did to tooling. Yeah. Almost as red as the handle. Yeah. We're getting there. And so, he's the guy who had to work on that. It was the saddle leather, because the guy who owns the shop, he couldn't do it. He physically could not work the hide because it was so thick and so difficult to work with. The problems I'm having with this right now, the saddle leather is even thicker than this shit. So you can imagine punching holes in that fucking thing. Oh, come on. Oh, fuck. Fucking hell. Oh. Ouch. Ouchie, whoa. Minnesota. Born and raised. Originally, I was from this small town in Cokato. In Cokato? Called Cokato. If you've ever been to St. Paul... There we go. Oh, boy. Okay, good. Okay, good. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Okay, we're good. We're good. For a moment, I thought this thing had broken, which would have been a feat. Let me tell you. But essentially, St. Paul is about a 50 minute drive from Cokato. There we go. It's not broken. I just thought it was for a moment. Just thought it was, because it's not supposed to go backwards that way. Colorado. Nice, nice, nice. I think I've been there once. I don't travel a lot. It's something that I do regret about my childhood. We didn't go very many places. There we go. Most I've been to Florida, Chicago, not Lithuania. There we go. Louisiana. I am a little concerned for this thing now, because it feels like it's rotating backwards now. There we go. Now we should be good. I'm almost done with the fucking hole punchings. Yay! I don't think I needed to make this many holes in the hide. But fuck it. You always been in Colorado? Yeah, always been in Colorado? Or did you move there? And as far as St. Cloud is concerned, St. Cloud, we didn't actually go there all that many times. It's just the place that more people remember and or recognize. So that's where I direct people to whenever they whenever they want to know where Cokato is. I think we went there for... I think we primarily went to St. Cloud for very specific shopping stores and movie theaters. Because Hutchinson, which was a 20-minute drive, that had a Target, a Home Depot. It had a movie theater that we were personal friends with at the time. We owned the owners we were friends with. So not only was it less expensive than other movie theaters, but we got friends discounts. Oh, Army kid, huh? Or military kid, to be a more general term. Come on. Come on, you hole punching bastard. We've only got 2 more to go. 2 more, and then I can rest. You're an inanimate object. You'll be fine. There we go. Fucking hell. Oy, oy, oy. son of a bitch. If I had my hammer, I'd do the whole punching manually that way. You know what? Actually, we don't need it to be exactly at 50-50 fucking percent. We're good. We are fine. We are fine. As far as traveling with age is concerned, I'm only 27. I can still travel quite a distance. And I will. Yeah, shut up. Shut up, you. I am allowed to call it quits when I'm working with leather. This fucking obnoxious. Oh boy, this one didn't actually punch through. Well. Oh, that's right, because that's when I... Yeah. Okay. We're fine. Don't need to. Don't need it. Ow. Just bent my knee in the wrong way. This thing is a manual. A manual? There we go. Manual hole punch. Alright, well, I hope to see you again. I genuinely do. I will likely be done with this after I get it... Ooh, fuck, I just almost cut myself. Ouch. I'm almost done with this, all things considered. I'll be putting this along with the cape in question. It'll be saved on the VOD, but I do hope to see you again later. I primarily stream every Wednesdays around 5:30. D&D related. But I hope to do more of this stuff on Mondays and Thursdays. Because fuck it, it gives me a reason to do this. An excuse to do it. Because otherwise I will be lazy. But good luck on your trip. I'm just going to call you Doc. Good luck on your quest, Doc. For whatever it is that you need at Walmart. And thank you for joining, by the way. I have been needing of company. Oh yeah, that's a cut. Okay. Time to dye this shit. Did I just drop that note? I put them over right in front of me. And because we're dealing with dye once more, the gloves. Because remember what I said at the beginning. If you dye the leather without gloves on, it will get on your hands. And because it gets on your hands, it will likely get on your clothes. If it gets on your clothes, that's fine. Doesn't need a rip. If it gets on your clothes, it's fucked. The dye is going to be on your clothes forever. Unless you get like some serious hardcore like bleach and shit. But even then, from what I heard, by the time you get the dye out of your clothes, the clothes have worn away as well. Okay. Something else I have to do is I have to touch up on the edges here. Now, I'm in luck in this case because the edges themselves don't need to be the same color as the face. I can have the edges be black, and not only will no one notice, but it's actually common to do that. It is quite common to do that with the edges. Edge coats are typically black by default. So, that's something. Oh yeah. That dyes quickly. And I just realized you can't see it right now. Careful not to touch the plastic. You can't even see it, can you? You can't even see it because it's just gone. Yeah. That was with a single layer. A single layer of black dye went from this to this. Just one layer. Usually, depending on how deep you want it to be, you'll put in at least 2 layers. I myself, slight rush, only slightly, because I also have to cut the fabric in such a way where I can attach it into the pauldron, snap that together, and get ready for work. Also, that I can get to work by 11. Best part is, I don't even know if the guy I am getting this for is going to be working there by the time I'm done. So, well, I might be doing this in a rush, all for nothing. But this is what we do. This is what we craftsmen do. Boom. Sticking to the wood a little bit because there's a bit of dye there, but it's fine. We're fine. Yeah, I think I'll be good with just the one coat. Dye the other side, because to do this, it's going to be doing that. To be doing this, we're just going to be doing that. That was a sentence that made sense. It is strange to think that for the past 30 plus minutes, it's been nothing but punching holes in a thick fucking strip of leather. For half an hour, that's what I've been fucking doing. It shouldn't have taken 30 minutes to make a goddamn belt. Shouldn't have taken 30 minutes. Should have taken me maybe 15. Half the fucking time. If not faster. You know what? No. I'm convinced that something like this should have taken me maybe 10. 10 minutes would have been fine. But, oh well. Bubble. Bubble. Bubble ski. There we go. Nice. 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 Now I have to wait a little while for these things to be like nice and properly dry. I'll dab it with the... I'll hit it with the buffer, or the buff, and then you're good to go. Yep. So you can actually see what I'm doing here. Just going around, touching up the edge work. Don't need to worry about this as much because this part of this is going to be covered up by the cape. There we go. Baboshki. And like I said, even like just that. That alone got that much dye on the gloves. If these gloves weren't on, my hands would be stained. But they're completely clean. Because I started wearing these gloves during this process. Okay. Just gonna move that out of the way. So once that's done, done, then I can start working on the buff. Actually, I think I can start doing that now, because I've only got so much time. The clock on my computer is about 15 minutes fast. So I've got 15 plus 20 minutes, so I got a little over half an hour to get this thing like finished. Should not take that long. But I have been incorrect on things before. Especially tonight. The buffing process, from what this is first-hand accounting, and I just thought about it now. The buffing process also levels out the dye, so it gets a nice consistent sheen, as opposed to having like a sheen here and a sheen there based off of what dye is more prominent versus which of the dyes are. What part of the dye is actually like inside the hide. Come on, you piece of shit. Let's go. Let's do this. Ooh. Welcome back.
Got my hands on some technology in that Mad Max game I probably shouldn't have.
Most of the stuff you shouldn't have in that fucking game, quite frankly.
Military grade armor fighting against a giant walking spider with auto cannons and a giant plasma cannon called...
Your mom.
No, hold on, I gotta remember what the fuck it's called. Damn it! Japanese name. It's the yokai.
Yokai.
Yeah.
So it's the world's second shittiest submarine.
Mine's probably a rock because there's no water.
Fair enough. But you get the joke, right?
The Yamada's the best underwater swimming pool, though. I mean, the best swimming pool.
What's the fish habitat? It's the most extravagant fish habitat.
Yeah, there's no monks at all. I forget.
So I found out, after making the belt...
The Yamato class. Best submarine there is.
So guess what?
What's up?
The hide that I was using for the belt,
Yeah.
thicker than the hide I ended up using for the pauldrons.
Oops.
Yes! I had to muscle my way through to make the holes. Because it was that fucking thick. I don't even think this is the saddle leather. It might be the saddle leather.
That looks like the saddle. That's the thick shit.
The thing is, there was some other stuff that I thought was the saddle leather that was like looked thicker than this shit.
Some of those have like the funky thicknesses too. They're like random.
I believe it. Leathering's not exactly a fine art.
Oh yeah, it can be.
Leathering can be for making leather shit, but yeah. Oh, fuck. There we go. And there we go. First part done. This goes here. And I actually don't know if this is the long enough. Which means I have to grab the long shit All right, so put this here. Yes, better. So this. Then through here, and through there. Yes. Boom. Now this is one of those moments where I was referencing earlier about where you don't want it to be like super duper like all the way through to the all the way down to the base, in terms of like how hard you want to use the rivet press, because ideally you want the strap itself to move kind of like this a little bit, because you want it to be flexible on your shoulder. This part you want to be flexible. This part, the I'm riveting right now, you don't need to worry about. So you put it all the way down, nice and solid. But this piece right here, you want it to be secure and fastened. There we go. You want it to be secure and fastened, but you want it to be flexible so you can do this. And that way, you can actually, adjust it. No, that's the best way to describe it. You just want to be able to adjust it a little bit on your person. Now, this part. Make sure I've got this right. Oh my, this looks so fucking good! Looks so fucking good. Turned out fucking fantastic. Gesundheit! Maybe a little bit more. I'm pushing it. There we go. Yes! Fuck yes! Look at that. Look at that shit! Alright, so now I need to establish very quickly indeed. Alright. I need to establish right very fucking quickly. Not this, like this, there we go. Otherwise I'd be fucking backwards. Oh, nice. Nice. Go through like that. I'm rushing. I shouldn't be rushing. But I've only got about 20 minutes to get this thing good and proper finished. Okay. I'm gonna try something. Don't think it'll work, but if it does, it saves me a bunch of time. Does not work. Does leave a little bit of a mark. Does not work. Okay. I have to do this the old-fashioned way. And hope. Nope, that doesn't work. You know what? Fuck it. Let's just try this a little bit. Okay. It actually might work. If only I had something. Will this actually work? Let's fucking find out, actually. Looks like it should, all things considered. Let's line this up. I know it's not exactly the most exciting thing to see, but yeah, let's sandwich this inside. Once more into the breach, dear friends. There we go. Now, we try this. Nope. Nope. Where did I put it? Where did I put them? There they are. Good old-fashioned fabric skizzors. Let's fucking do this. Right. I probably should not be doing it this way. Just for the record. Probably should not be doing it this way. Probably I should be doing it in a far more effective manner. However that effective manner might be, I have no fucking idea. But if this works, I don't much care. If this works, I don't much care. I will just get it done. Get it done, get her done. That's what they say. There we go. Oh, did I? Yes, I did. Perfect. Okay, maybe not perfect, but fuck it. Let's do this shit. Again. That's what she said. Come on. There it is. Ah, fuck's sake. Okay, there it is. Do it like this. Do it like this. Do it like this. Remove that. Put that back in the boot. Come on. In you go. In you go. Find it. It exists. Find the hole. Found it. stick in there, and then there we go. One down. I've got to find the others. Should be easy enough. He says. Right before losing his mind. I think the other pieces are actually going to be a little easier because they got better and they got more and more as I progressed. Yeah, that one was the easiest so far. There we go. There we go. There we go. There we go. Much better, much better, much cleaner. Woo! All right. There we go. And on this side. Just three more. Just three more, and then I can rivet press. Once I can rivet press, I'm fucking done. Okay, come on. Come on. Find the cut. There it is. There it is. There it is. No, there it is. Come on. No, that's not it. Is it? No, it is. It just didn't get cut all the way through. Yeah, there it is. So let's try that again. There we go. And then, again, like that. Come on. Bing, boom. Lock that shit down. This next part's gonna be a fucking hell to pay. I can tell you that much. Yes. Good to go. Good to go. Where's the cut, you bastard? Oh, over there. Yes. One more. One more. Okay. Fuck. Bottom of the rivet popped out. Yeah, I knew it. I knew it was going to be the toughest one. I knew it. I knew it. Come on, where the fuck is it? There it is. There it is. I think that's where it is. Fucking hell. I gotta move it all the way over there. Or I can just do what I did before. I think I'll do that. Right. Gotta try this one again. Find. Gotta play Find the Hole, giggity. Found it! Found it! Instantly found it! There we go. 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 One. Don't pop the bottom of the road out. 2. 3. Almost. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. And 9. Hoi, 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 hoi. Rivet press. Your best fucking friend. Alright. Move this back a little bit. Angle the light. Move this back a little bit because I don't think we need him on the table anymore. Up and up and up and go. And here it is. Good old-fashioned shoulder cape. Wraps all the way around in the front like this. Bada bing, bada boom. Complete with a very, very nice green lining. This thing, a bit more trouble than it was worth, honestly. Probably purely because of this fucking strap here. I just realized I might have I put this on backwards, the strap. But you know what? This works here like this works too. Yeah. Technically, I built it backwards. Technically speaking. The actual buckle was supposed to be on the longer one, and now it's supposed to reach all the way around. Might have made my job a little easier, all things considered. But that's been it. That's been the process of making the shoulder cape. The process of removing a rivet is vastly easier than apparently putting the cape in. So depending on how things work out, I might go back. I might go back and have to remake this. If he doesn't notice, then he doesn't notice, and that's all fine by me. That's all fine by me. But yeah, because this works fine. Just wrap it around here, wrap it around there, and you're good to go. But this is why I like the shoulder capes. It's a nice, unique design that works very well. It gives this regal status that is fairly unique. You don't see a lot of people wearing it. You don't see a lot of people going out of their way to have one either. And yet, the asymmetric design is very appealing. It can be very appealing for a lot of different costumes. It can be appealing for a lot of different just everyday wear. So that's why I make the shoulder capes. There's going to be another one that I will be making in the future. Maybe not on stream, because this one was primarily to test to see if it was Discord that was making the fuck ups that happened on Wednesday. It was, but I was able to get this done as a result. It's been a full day. Shopping, got some materials, archery, working out, did some story writing, got this done. So yeah. Yeah, I did the buff. I did the buffing. So, yeah, there it is. Good old Anvil special. Hope it was enjoyable. And thank you, Head Doctor, for the follow, and thank you for joining me, and thank you for keeping me company. Sorry I didn't hear from you again before you can get back from the Mart of Wall. But you'll see me again. And I hope to see you again. But thank you for joining us. And in the meantime, have yourself a good night. We are just under 3 hours. I'm okay with that. Have a good night.